Hey friends, I want to tell you about a really powerful prophetic dream that I recently had. And after the dream, I was speaking to the Lord about the dream, and the Lord showed me that it was for a lot of people and a lot of cities in America and around the world. When this dream started, I was a young boy and I was standing in my hometown that I grew up in, and I could see a lot of the familiar buildings that were around when I was a kid. And then I saw a few people who were kind of like people who kind of ran the city, had powerful positions in the city. But then I also saw some demonic forces. And a lot of the demonic forces were coming against God in the city. And then the Lord actually showed me strongholds over that city. And then right after that, I was in the city that I live in now, and the Lord showed me in this dream. I was older, but there were people that kind of have their hand in our city, even some religious leaders. And then I saw some demonic forces that are strongholds in our city. And then I kind of saw both cities at the same time. And then all of a sudden, a tornado started coming. And all of a sudden, the principalities started screaming against the tornadoes. The religious leaders and the people who kind of ran the city were scared. They were fearful. It's just the way the dream went, guys. I was laughing and I was shouting and I was having a praise to the Lord. And I was like, come on, tornado, come on in. And all of a sudden, as the tornado grew to the cities, it started almost like destroying all of the buildings, destroying all of the scenery, and stuff just got sucked up into the tornado, and you could just see it going around. And then the principalities were moved out. These different leaders who were kind of strongholds of the city, they were moved out. Some religious leaders, they were moved out. And then people that were like in a city, you've got somebody who owns a lot of the different businesses or a lot of different things. They think like they own the city. They were completely moved out. I still don't know why, but I was yelling and screaming, having a good time. And then the tornado came right up to me, but I didn't feel the force of a natural tornado. I felt the love of God. And then I was kind of like, okay, well, this is good. And then the tornado died down. And then all of a sudden, the two cities were put back together. Grass grew immediately. Buildings were erected. Everything happened. And then it's like people started coming in to these cities. And the Lord spoke to me and said, there is about to be sudden changes in the cities. You're going to start to see different people leave the cities. You're going to start to see people in prominent positions in the cities and religious organizations. You're going to see them leave their spot. You're going to see them lose their spot. And also, I'm going to start bringing people in. And also, I'm going to start bringing people in to key cities where I'm going to bring revival and awakening. So I don't know if you have any strongholds, religious leaders, or people in your cities that have their hand on something, but God is about to remove a lot of people, and it's going to be suddenly. Now, if you know what a tornado is in the natural, it brings destruction. But when God comes in with the heart of the Father, the destruction may seem bad in the dream. Remember, I talked about the demonic forces and the people that were scared of it. They saw the tornado is bringing change that they did not want. But in the dream, I was just happy as could be about the tornado coming in because I saw the tornado bringing a positive change. And like I said, the buildings and the people were just sucked up in the tornado that God wanted to remove. But when the tornado died down, things were put back together in a very, very fast pace, and they were positioned. And it's just like even in the dream that the light was brighter after the tornado. So I want to encourage you today, keep praying for your city. Keep standing in the gap and receive this prophetic word, because this prophetic word is going to bring clarity to a lot of people. And I know and believe that God is bringing revival. God promised me this morning, even in prayer, that I am bringing revival. I am bringing an awakening. And revival is just something being revived. And I know that our city, Texarkana, that I live in, there's going to be a revival that's going to hit. And it's going to shake people and it's going to shake things up. So receive this word and keep standing in that place of prayer for your city, because God is doing some amazing things. And there's going to be a tornado of the Lord. The Spirit of God is going to come in and shake some things up in a lot of cities.